Hello again. So after slicing my finger on the attachment to my 10 Hotpoint 10 Chef, you'd think I'd learnt my lesson, but turns out I had not. Another thing I'm going to review is this. Now this is a semi-permanent tattoo pen. Now the reason I have this is because, well, basically I'm too chicken to go and buy one, to go and get an actual tattoo done. I did actually have an appointment for one, but I chickened out the day before, and yeah, I got mocked by my mates about it. But yeah, the other thing as well is that this is something that only really lasts about 24 hours. And the other beauty of it is as well is that you can go and do the design and then see if you actually like it. Now, I did have a couple in mind. One was it was like a paper plane, and it would start. The plane would be there, and then it would kind of jot down like you see, like the little dotted line kind of idea of like the route it was going. And I drew it, and I'm kind of glad that I decided against it. So that's that. Now, this. So on here it says if you want to use this. It's perfectly safe for all skin types. This is just the standard black one. It has a fine nib. Dimension size I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Now I got this from a website called Body Jewelry Shop, which I'm going to show you. And these are the pens themselves. So you can get different colours, and each one is £4.25. And I got this within half a day of ordering it. Now in here, I will put the link below, so you can get black, red, yellow, brown, apple, sorry, light green, dark green, kind of like a plummy colour, a cherry colour, turquoise, blue, orange, and pink. The red one, the first one, sorry, is a dark red. And some people have done some really good jobs. Now, what I can't obviously show you the pictures because from my point of view, I keep having to turn the camera around and I can't do it on my phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one on my arm. Actually, I'll read the quick bit. So it says, creating stunning tattoo designs that last with Stargazer semi-permanent tattoo pens. These revolutionary cosmetic tattoo pens make it easy to draw and last all day long. These are smudge-proof, splash-proof, and very long-wearing. Once dry, they will last until you remove it with makeup remover or the correction pen. Each pen has a slim brush tip that gives you complete control of the smooth line you need. As you would expect with these products, are bright, saturated, and won't fade. These cosmetic tattoo pens are perfect for body painting, photo shoots, and theatrical work. They also are great if you want to try out your tattoo before having it done. Recommend getting the correction pen to remove without mess. Now, as I said, in theory you can use the correction pen. Now, what I have found is that if you're just having a shower or something like that, I've done them on my arm a couple of times. It usually lasts from the morning to the evening, depending on what time I do it. And it takes about an hour to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do just a simple smiley face on my arm. One thing to point out, and this is obvious, now if you're like me and you're very hairy, this will smudge. It doesn't smudge when it's on, but when you're drawing it, it will smudge. Now what I'm going to do is, this is going to be really awkward, so you have to bear with me on this. So if I do up here, just on the little clear patch on my wrist, so it'll just be a smiley face. See, just a little bit. Now, obviously, the further down you press, the more it's going to spread. So if I just quickly move around, treat this as if you're using an eyeliner. So you can see that one will be a lot thicker. Now if I do it on my arm here, I'll show you the difference. So I'm just going to write what I have been on my arm. And I will show you what the difference is. Now, I should point out, right, so one of the tattoos I considered getting was the phrase "one day at a time." I'm going to show you the difference between that one and this. Now, I've been told that apparently my writing looks a bit like something the Joker will come up with, but as you can see on some of the words, because I have hair on my arm and I haven't shaved it, specifically on the letter D, if this will focus, you can see it's kind of bled a little bit, but that's because I did post it quite quickly to do this. So I'm going to give that about an hour to dry, and then what you do is you wash it, you just run it under the tap and then pat dry, and then you're left with this kind of like, well, you'll see, but it's like a purpley mark. But I'll show you the difference in about an hour when this is dried. So I got the calculation slightly wrong. It doesn't take an hour. I've just normally left it for an hour. It's actually been about 25 minutes. I've just rinsed my arm under the tap, and that's what it looks like. So you can see it has faded a little bit, but the general gist of it is it's still there. There we go. I mean, my arm is still slightly wet, but it's taken the majority of the kind of top layer ink off, as it were. And then that's going to last pretty much until I have a shower tonight, or if I had the correction pen, I would use that to kind of get rid of it, etc., etc. But to see if you wanted to have a proper tattoo, this is a nice little way to kind of test it and see. I am actually considering getting a couple of different colours and doing like a stencil or something and see what it turns out like. The other option you can do, which I have done before, I actually got one for my birthday, was Inkbox. Now, they are on Amazon, but they have a very limited kind of set on there. You can buy another version of this, but like a proper one. And that one lasted about 2.5 weeks. But actually, I'm afraid it's one of these like temporary tattoos that you just kind of stuck on and left it for like an hour and then it peeled off. That lasted for about 2.5 weeks. The pen apparently does the same amount of time, but obviously it depends on circumstances. So things like if you really like work in a job where you're outside, so you have to wear things on your arms, your rubs, that sort of stuff. So you do have to keep an eye on it, which is why I kind of prefer this, because then I can just redo it if I don't like it. So like I said, I'll put the link in the description down below. But apart from that, have a good day, and I will speak to you later. Ta-ra.